Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's always going to be there. But I mean, that's why you can't worry about it. Just own it, baby. Own it. So I'm getting better with that. And you know what? I got a lot of that. Probably, obviously, obviously through my experiences and stuff like that. So, because me and it's funny because me and Izzy, that we always, we have different ways, much different ways of how we go. We're both obviously very successful, but in different ways, right? Like we go about it differently, but we can take so much from each other in that sense. So I got a lot of that from him. Him being kind of like, and then like even like like being comfortable like on the way, like on the way to the arena and things like that, and making it. Like, if I focus on something here, that's not going to make me lose focus. I'll still get in that octagon and focus on what needs to be. Like, just little things like that. Watching him being able to do crazy choreographed dances and go out there and fight and, like, you know what I mean? I was like, man, so yeah, for sure. Like, why can't, you know what I mean? Like, and then just even the way he holds himself and, like, I learned a lot from that. It's funny because we both vibe off of each other in different ways. I'll have different approaches. He will have different approaches, but it's cool how, like when we're together, we vibe off each other in so many different ways.
It's amazing
how
how
that's where I got a lot of that from.
Both your hero arcs kind of, you guys' arcs find each other, and like I'm sure that he can say the same for you, and he always says the same for you. I'm sure he gets a bunch of things off of your attitude and the way you represent yourself and carry yourself in the gym that we all learn from too. So.
100%, and he says that. That's how I know that we do that. You know what I mean? Like that's how I know it's like that. It's weird because obviously I'm connected to everyone. I'm connected to you. I'm connected to all the training partners. You know what I mean? So I'm connected. So I get emotional for all the fights and everything with for all the guys. Every time anyone fights, I'm going to get emotional like that. But then it goes to a stage where obviously, where then you're fighting. You're trying to defending your belt or fighting back. There's this guy. You know what I mean? Like for his last fight and things like that. Obviously, it's a whole different scale there now because all of a sudden there's so much more on the line. And then, like, it's just that's why you see me absolutely freaking out in my reaction video.
I was gonna say that. I wanted to, bro. You can see the love and admiration that you guys have for each other and the work that you put in on the reaction video. I was there live, mate. It was the craziest. It was the craziest live event I've ever seen. I was almost broke my dad's ankle jumping up and down. It was crazy. Miami came through, bro. I think Florida, Jacksonville. Yo, Jacksonville was the same week as the Miami show, so I'm thinking that April is going to be like the Florida shows.
So, yeah, man. Well, like Miami looked unreal. So
we got to get you in there.
I was like, because when after that happened, I was like in there and I was having a few drinks while I was watching, and I was fired up. I'm like, whoa, yeah, man. I was like, and like even Emma's like, oh, no, it looks like you're going out, and I'm like, you know what, I am going to go out. Like, I end up going out that night. So I was like, even called up. I was just. Obviously, voice special and all the boys and just sending videos. Mark it out, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I think I even had a chat with Izzy. Oh. And I was like in the bar and it was loud and I thought he was in a bar as well, actually. But he was just like, he was in a quiet room and I'm like, he's like, hey, go somewhere quiet. I couldn't hear him. But I mean, like, I was fired up.
Wow. Hey, and how lucky that you guys...
I could only imagine how you guys were over there.
Oh, man, I almost broke my dad's ankle. Yo, you know what? Hey, I felt like Shay. You know how we were giving Shay? You know how we were taking the chops? You know how we were taking the piss out of Shay for, like, when he kept showing, like, when we were in Vegas, I kept taking pictures of him, telling people that we're here for you. That was me at the fights with Izzy. I was like, all right, look, that's my boy. And they're like, we're like in the 400s. And I'm like, yo, that's my boy. They're like looking at me like I'm crazy, you know? They're like, how does this Miami from Cuba know this? How does this Cuban guy acting like he trained? Where did you train with Izzy, you know?
He was like, yeah, right. Like, well, you seen him at a bar one time, fucking.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Volk, my man, I can talk to you all day. It was a great catch-up, brother. You know what's funny? Hey, sure. No second guessing. I'm always second guessing. Oh, I got to get Volk in the pod. I don't want to bother him. Nah, man. If I want to talk to you, I'm going to hit you up, dog.
Hey, you're like, well, what if okay. What if I do say no, I can't because I'm busy? Let's do it next. Who cares, right?
Yeah, I'll just message you again.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal if I can't do it right now. I'll do it later. It doesn't matter. We'll make it work. You know what I mean? Like, so that's it. Like, and like, I still go through this as well. So I can sit there and sit there and say that to you. I'm still going to do it here and there, but I'm just getting much better with it. And you're going to learn. You're going to okay. Like you're going to know that you're going to understand people aren't going to. I'm always thinking that they're going to think the worst. Like give your friends the benefit of the doubt. Like you know what I mean. Like you get what I mean. Like exactly. Like we probably won't care. We're probably going to be like, oh yeah, look, right now today I can't. Let's do, whatever. It doesn't matter. But we're good, mate. I've always got time for you. I'm glad we got this in.
Mate,
Good chat too, mate.
it was a great chat. Hey, Volt.